Hey, what's up, guys? It's Austin North here from Outer Banks, and we're diving into episode 9, which is a big episode. So if you haven't seen it, we're talking spoilers. Turn this video off. Okay.
Look, this can go one of two ways.
No. I'm sorry, honey.
No.
We're sending you away for a little while.
They say that Kitty Hawk's the best.
Okay?
We just need to try this, okay? We're just trying to help you.
No.
It's not forever, baby. I love you.
Mom.
I'm sorry.
No, I can't do this right now.
I know.
No,
We're
Mom,
trying
Mom,
to help you, and I'm sorry, but you have to
It's a
try.
wilderness cuckoo's nest.
They're not gonna hurt you. They're good people. They're gonna help you out. Don't fight it. Just go, baby. Please.
But I said I didn't want to go. Don't want to. I don't want to. I have somewhere to be. No.
I knew that I would have to be so respectful of the people who have experienced this. I tried to pull from my own personal life and in times that I've felt either abandoned or betrayed, just trying to relate with where Kiara's head would be at in this moment and just being so shocked that her parents did this and confused. I mean, it's hard to watch because she's saying, like, I told you I didn't want to go. You asked me about this, and I said I don't want to go. And you feel her, like, getting her independence kind of ripped away a little, which is everything for this character. It was a hard moment. It was an emotionally heavy day, for sure.
Are you leaving with them, yes or no, Sarah? You're just a damn liar, Sarah Cameron. You've always been a liar. After everything we've been through, this is what you're gonna do to me? I'm done, okay? You literally just promised John B would go away, you would stay here with me. I can't keep doing this to myself anymore, man.
Hey, Top. You got something right here, man.
Why don't you shut up? How about that?
Well, you know what? The things the Topper says to Sarah on the airstrip, that was like, okay, I'm gonna take it. Sarah's gotta sit there and take it because she truly is. She did do him wrong. My question was like, how did he know they were at the airstrip? I've always wondered that. Topper has this thing where he'll just show up out of nowhere. He'll just pull up, like, how'd you do that? Just lurking.
Yeah, so the airstrip, there's a lot of emotion there. Obviously, I think Topper's off the rails at this point. He's probably hasn't slept, obviously, since he burnt the house down, and he's just he's Rafe-esque right now. And I think he just wants to put her in her place. You know, you lied to me. You cheated on me. I'm done with this. Like, have a nice life. Which I feel like he's had these emotions before. Like, I'm done, and then he always, comes back. Is he gonna come back again? I don't know.
The district attorney's office, please. Right. Yes, it's Topper Thornton. Right, Judge Thornton's grandson. Hey, listen, I'd like to formally file charges, okay?
Yeah, I think by Topper making that decision, because he called everything off for Sarah. Allowed John B a day to get out of there, and now he's like, no, screw this. No, I'm like. So there's definitely going to be that war between them still going on. I don't know if I'd want to see Topper and Sarah come back together. It'd be so dysfunctional at this point. But who doesn't love a dysfunctional relationship every once in a while?
No. I'm okay. Frank, he's got a knife!
Yeah, that was that fight when Rafe fights off the hitman at the end. It was so hot in that little shack in there. I mean, it's Charleston, in the summer, so it's, like 90-something degrees, but like humidity, the heat index is like 105. So we're in there, and we're just like, me and Chip are just like drenched in sweat. But yeah, that was just like another good opportunity to work with our great stunt team and like choreograph it on the day and just figure it out and like using props. I think I grabbed like a skimboard. Yeah, I think I grabbed a skimboard and just like, bam, hit the guy across the face. Like, that was all kind of improv, and we just figured it out on the day. So like, yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's like its own like math problem. You go in and you try to figure out what the space is and work it. And yeah, like by the end of that, we were all just so gassed. I mean, I just had like fake blood on me and was like wailing on the guy. I'm like, literally, like I can't breathe. So it's like, okay, there's some bit of realism in here.
Hey, you're okay, you're okay. Come on, you're good. Hey, hold on. You're okay, you're okay. Come on, help! Don't just stand there, I need some help, please. Come on, you got it. Come on, you got it. Please.
What happened?
Let's go on the plane.
God.
You're good. Fishermen spotted him. All right, they know he's alive. Carrie, we gotta get him off the island right now. I got you. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I say this a lot, but I feel like it feels like I shoot a different show sometimes than everyone else. Like, the Pogues kind of get to, everybody goes to set and they all just get to, like, hang with their friends and, work through these scenes together. And usually it's just, like, me in a room alone or with, like, one other person just, like, losing my mind a bit. So it's nice when we have, like, that crossover. I'm like, all right, I'm on Outer Banks. This is the show that I'm on. So yeah, and like, they always like cut up on set and stuff, so it makes it a lot lighter.
How the heck does Ward keep ending up in the middle of everything? Like, that's genuinely what I thought. I was like, we cannot get rid of him. We can't get rid of Ward Cameron. He always finds a way. Even when we see him on the plane, it was like, what are you doing here?
Him helping his dad to the plane, I don't know if it is like a redemption moment. I think it's more, I think that moment is more out of desperation. He still has this love for his dad, and he's going to do anything he can to keep him alive. I don't know how redeeming it is. I mean, it may be. A lot of this too is also up to the audience. It's like I can have my own opinion of the character, and obviously I want to vouch for Rafe, but whatever the audience interprets it as is right. So yeah, it was also just fun shooting with Chase and Maddie and Lacey and JD on that day. It's like I never get to see them while we're shooting, so like I'm like, oh great, our first and last day on set this season with each other. This is cool.
Yeah, it's such a crazy moment. It's this person who is uprooted and destroyed everything in his life, and then he's fallen in love with his daughter, and now he's got to understand both ends of the equation. And again, that moment with him and Sarah, obviously she's just trying to do the right thing, and she gets slapped around with just trying to do what's right. It's insane. It's just how do you catch a break when you know that this dude is on your heels? And Chip, who is one of my favorite people on planet Earth, just plays that character so well. And so I'm looking at him on the day, and I'm just like, oh man, here we go. Let's go to South America, I guess. But him and Drew Starkey are just a combo platter of chaos, and they're the best. I mean, I couldn't picture anybody else doing those roles.
The first thing I asked is, like, why hasn't Pope immediately beat the crap out of Rafe? Because, like, I feel like that's the first thing he would do. And they were like, there's a lot going on. But I was like, wow, what an interesting kind of scenario to put them in this, like, small can with their greatest enemy and the person that has been having it out for them from the start, And, Pope has that moment with Rafe when he's walking down and he sees him where he's like, I could have killed you, and I didn't. And I still don't know what I might do, but I'm not going to put my friends in jeopardy right now for how I feel, but I want you to know that if I see you again, it's on sight. Yeah, so it was like kind of just teasing that moment, of like Pope and Rafe round 5, I guess. Like, I feel like the moment where Rafe switched that cross was definitely Pope and Rafe round 4, if you are asking. But yeah, he got the win on that one. But the next moment for that rivalry is, it was real intense. I was like, wow, like, I can't imagine the kind of hate he has for Rafe in his heart, because he's done a lot to that man. Definitely tried to murder him at least 3 times, and then murdered him on the inside once. So and then like just us being on the plane with him at all, and he's just kind of back there while we're trying to plan this out, and you just kind of know like since day one, Ward has never been what he seems. He's never been genuine. He always has a plan. Just cannot trust him no matter how much we do, but we have no choice. And you could tell they really don't want to do this, but they have no choice.
Now all of a sudden, my psychopathic brother and father have shown up, and my dad is bleeding out and dying in front of me, and I still have a sliver of love for him, so I need to help. And also, it's his plane. Can't stop him from using it. It was very generous of him to let us use it. I can't imagine how much that was probably not a very cost-effective flight. I thought we were out of money. So many questions.
I love you.
I love you too. Whoa. Keep it down, guys, come on.
His performance of that delivery, I think, even though it's scripted, that I think in a way Kiara is just like reiterating, like, I love you, again, not expecting to hear it in return, and him saying it in return, I think is just huge and shows so much like emotional growth on his behalf.
JJ, at that moment, I think he's trying to move past his wall, his fear. I think he's very much like, okay, like it's time to try to move past that.
I don't know. Me and Rudy killed it that day, and I think we created something really cool.
I mean, what I love about that scene is the fact that it's in front of an audience that gets to start cheering. You know, it's literally like a laugh track, right? I think that, and you wanted it to be this really full moment, and the guys wrote that scene in front of this dormitory full of bad girls. So it just seemed like an awesome place to do it. So that scene just came out really nicely, and then Rudy and Bailey gave a great performance. I love how kind of beaten up Bailey is in that scene. You know, like it's this really pure moment, but you can tell they've both been through a lot. Like they're sort of barely getting to the kiss, which I kind of love.